Yeah. So, okay, so then you get them playing, you show them that the strings, there's 4 of them, we count them, they all have their violin in their hand. You're going around and you say, oh, let's start with this skinny one over here. We're going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they all get, let's play this one 4 times. 1, 2, 3, go to the next one. 1, 2. And right from the lesson, from the first lesson, you're teaching them to play together. You're a band, you're an orchestra, you're a team. We just don't play whenever we feel like. And it's not a race. If you get to the end first, you messed us up. It's not a race. You know what I mean? So we're going to work as a team. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to get something that works for you. Different teachers are going to do it differently, but
you want to have a real good cue in so the kids know exactly when they're going to come in.
Yeah.
You don't want to just be like, all right, let's go. You know, you go 1, 2, nice, strong, steady beat. You know, really let them know when they're supposed to come in.
So after you've done all this with the violin and you take your bow out, you teach them how to hold the bow. I'm not going to go through all that with you because if you're teaching violin, you know that already. And if you're not teaching violin, you don't really care. It's not what you came here for. But it's 2 different things. And then after you've got them safe with their instrument, safe with their bow, then you're going to teach them their little concert song, their backwards concert song, and it's time to wrap up. And then you teach them how to put it away, and so I'm turning it over to.
Any questions on it? Even if you're not a violin teacher, a lot of the concepts, although it's going to be different applied to each instrument, it's the same basic stuff.
Really quick, I'm just going to make sure that this is still actually recording.
Okay.
Screen's been blank. I think it's just this.
Trying to record it.
Okay. Yes. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to kind of go over the first day of the guitar class. A little bit different.
Oh, we didn't do the inventory.
I can just go over that. I can go over this. First day of guitar is there's a lot of similarities. We have the concert song for guitar as well. It's the same thing except for there's 6 strings. Why would there be that? All right. So basically, you want to come into class and just kind of go over the different parts of the instrument.
Can't hear you.
How you guys doing? Sorry. So you want to just kind of go over, explain tablature. Speak very loud. Big voice. Yeah, let me get the music going. Kids are killing each other. Yeah. Can't get the sound to work. Sorry, class. Alright, so goofing aside, I'm just trying to show you exactly what you don't want to do on the first day. What you don't want to do in general. You don't want to be really quiet. You don't want to be like really scared of them because they'll, kids can sense that. Much like a dog, they can smell fear and they will attack you. No, but in all reality though, like whatever the kind of the bar is set at, that first time that they deal with you is really, I mean, it sets a precedent for the rest of the year. I did that my very first class. I was way too nice, and it was very difficult to kind of regain control of the class. If you set the threshold of what they can get away with here, they immediately know that's where I can go, so I want to go farther. So you got to be careful with that. You don't have to be a jerk by any means, but you do have to be authoritative. You got to project your voice. You got to just show them that you're in charge of the classroom.
You want to do it, like you said, right from the beginning. You want to be stricter your first 2-3 weeks than what you plan on being the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Because then you have established where, you're not going to take it, they're going to behave, and then you can kind of lighten up, you can ease up a little bit as you go on, and then later on, if they start getting rowdy, you just step it back up to that level, and they already know they're not going to get away with it. If you come in and you try to be everybody's friend, and you just real nice and sweet, they'll just eat you alive. And then you can never, because they know they're going to be able to get away with that. It's really, really difficult to try and get that if you don't have it right from the beginning.
Yeah, my first class, I was, like I said, I was way too nice. I come back in the second day, the kid runs up and bit my leg. I'm just playing. No. I'm just giving you an example. You never know what they're going to do. That would be, obviously you don't have situations like that. I hope.
Pastor is paid.
Quick question?
Yeah, I had a similar incident. I was so nice that every time I came to class, they just wanted to talk and tell me about their day and tell me about their vacation, like just like a friend kind of thing. But we really had to get class started, you know.
And that's an easy. And the thing is that you know if you're nice like that, I mean they appreciate a degree of that, and you want to do like Maureen was saying earlier, you want to show an interest in them. And what did you guys do over the weekend? Like if it's a Monday class, that's a common kind of easy way to start a class. How was your weekend, guys? Anybody do anything fun and anything interesting? But you got to be careful because you're going to get the kid that's like just will totally go into this weird vegetative state and just ramble. Like, you know what I mean? It really can happen. I mean, and
I'm sorry, can I tell about Louisa?
Go ahead, yes, whatever you've got, yes.
Well,
You're going to get very unique cases, always.
Well, and she at the beginning of this, I really want to tell you something.
So you're
Yeah.
she knew
But
what
you know
she
what?
was doing.
She's autistic, but she's not visibly. If you just met her in the class, it took us a whole year until her mom told us she was autistic.
Right.
You know something, but she's doing great this summer. She's really learning good. But yeah, I just had to share that because sometimes it's like you don't want to interrupt because you don't want to be rude. Like, okay, let's keep going, you know. But you have to. I'm grateful that you brought that up. You have to. Sometimes you can say one more comment, and you hear that, or you can say, okay, let's have 1 minute, and they don't know what a minute is, so it's done when you say it's done. But yeah.
Can you encourage them to bring like little notebooks or something in case while you're doing something they have a question so they can write it down and then later ask you?
That's a great idea.
Actually,
Or would that be more detrimental?
the thing that you could do with that is if they bring their note to you before class, because they have an instrument in their hand and you don't want them to be putting that away or down on the floor to get pencil and paper out. And just because they raise their hand doesn't mean you have to take that question either. You can say, yeah, you can say, first of all, do you have a question about the lesson? That way if it's about their swimming lesson, you know, that's ruled out right there. But do you have a question about this song? Did you want to say something about what we're doing right now? And you know, you can either say, well, I'll have a time for questions in just a few minutes. Thanks for wanting to bring that up. Or if you don't mind answering it right now, it's like, you know. So you just, after you teach a little bit, you kind of realize how you have to run things. You don't want to try to be their favorite teacher. It's like a lot of us fall into that. Like, this is going to be I'm going to be their favorite teacher in the whole wide world. Chances are you will be, but that can't be your goal. Because if that is your goal, it's not going to happen. You have to be a good teacher. You have to be the teacher. And then it is really good possibility you will be their favorite, but that's